now.
Well, no, but you know what? We are in for a nice change of temperature a
Yes.
little bit, right?
Yeah, it's more of a spring breaking through here or there. It's a good thing they did that polar plunge this past weekend and not, 2 or 3 weekends ago when we had snow every single weekend.
No
so
kidding.
This was really just the beginning of the turn of the seasons, if you will. After all, meteorological spring does start on March the 1st. And if you check out the forecast over the next 4 to 5 days, we do have spring-like warmth on the way. Today we're in the 40s. Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, this will be a nice trio of days in the 50s, albeit Tuesday and Thursday also has a chance of rainfall coming down the pipeline as well. And even Friday, we're back into the 40s, but I think it's the weekend where the cold does settle back in. Even then, though, it should be very short-lived for the cold spell this weekend. Here's the milder air that's moving in from portions of the northern Gulf Coast states, and that does move northbound along the eastern seaboard, which temperatures today and tomorrow will be 40s, 50s, and 60s across places like Atlanta. A weak disturbance does slide through sometime tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening with a quick chance of rainfall, and then high pressure builds back in for Wednesday and Thursday, returning that warmth closer towards the mid-40s to perhaps even 50s as well. So in terms of that chance of rainfall for Tuesday, it's a very minimal chance. It's not something that's region-wide. In fact, from Laconia to Nashua, that's the best opportunity to see those showers at about 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock tomorrow. And then that line starts to break apart closer to midnight on Wednesday morning. Over the next 7 days, our rainfall amounts are on the lower end of the scale, really just talking about 1/10 of an inch, 1/2 an inch at best across areas across the south coast through the Monadnocks and the Merrimack Valley, upwards of about 3/4 of an inch of rainfall to perhaps an inch. So remember, the rain does ultimately help melt some of that snow, but if you're prone to basement flooding, that's one thing that I would watch out for too. But the best news is in terms of that progressive temperature and the progressive warmth that we see in the coming days, each night we are still cooling off, but it's really the daytime hours that rebound and bounce back through Cape Cod and the islands as well. Tuesday and Wednesday are great days to walk along the beach. And you may be thinking when you see temperatures in the 40s and the 50s, you're like, well, are we technically still in meteorological winter? We are, and New England is known to go back and forth in between that shoulder season. But it seems like the worst is behind us. It's typically January the 15th where our highs are right around 35 to 36 degrees. And on pace for warmth today, our normal average is about 40 degrees. So as spring-like days approach here in the coming days, just remember the vernal equinox is 24 days away, so not that far off as well. 10-day forecast keeps that chance of rainfall tomorrow right around 25 to 35%. Remember, that's not something that's region-wide nor all day. Plenty of sunshine builds back in on Wednesday with a spring-like day on tap with highs in the mid-50s come Thursday.